Hi, I just wanted to clarify some things with the Bonilla case. And so we look at the cash flow of the Mets. And so because they don't have to pay Bonilla, they have $5.9 million and they're just earning the interest off of it. Now what happens is that they have to start paying him. And so when they start paying him, what ends up happening is that the number starts shrinking. Yeah, you would have to divide this based on the year because it's not perfectly zero, but it's close enough. I'm not going to beat you up over that. And then they have to start paying out $1.2 million every year. So how much are the Mets gaining or losing? Well, as long as this is positive, you know that the Mets are making 10%. So that's what the rate is. And let's see, let's use our handy dandy number, which is going to be, because we're going to keep repeatedly use it, so F4 on that cell, and then all I have to do is pull this down. So that tells me how much, and down here, for the losses, if it's negative, then there is no 10%. So this is 0.1. minus 1.2, and so on. Now, I have to discount this back. And so discounting it back means this, divided by 1 plus. I'm going to save myself some time. Just type in what the rate is, and it's raised to this year. So if I pull this down, and I'll leave the rest for you. That's what so this is the net present value of how much the Mets are making every year. And if we sum it all up, let's just say it's positive. And so the Mets actually made out on this deal. However, when I ask you what rate is break even, all of this is predicated on the fact that they're going to get 10% back from Madoff. But what if they only got 2% back? Or what if they only got 3% back? And what it goes to is, what is the risk involved in this investment? So what you're trying to do is get the sum number to go to 0. So for example, if I put in 0.03, all of a sudden all my cash goes down, but I'm still positive. Now, there's one of two ways to do this. One way to do it is just keep reducing this number by hand until this goes to 0. And then this is the rate they would have to make. Now, another way to do it is people don't do algebra anymore, not with spreadsheets. Why? Because there are functions. If you click on your data tab, go to what if, and go to goal seek. And what goal seek does is it finds the answer for you. So I want to set this value to 0 by changing this interest rate. So, whoops, and I made a mistake there. I should have kept it. So I want to set this value to 0 by changing this to this number. And so what it's saying is that at 2.6%, you would actually end up break even. So if you break even at 2.6%, if you can get more than that, then you've done quite well for yourself. Because you'll turn a profit. On the other hand, why on earth are you risking your money with Madoff when you could have just put it into bonds at 4%, still turned a profit, and been okay? And subsequently, the sad story about this is that, Madoff went to jail, and the Mets lost all their money. And so the Wilpons, they lost, I don't know, like a couple $100 million. The Wilpons actually had to end up selling the team. And that's why Steve Cohen owns the team right now. If you have any questions, let me know. I hope this clears some things up for you. And have a great Labor Day.